Is the world map correct or not? In our video we will show you some information about our known world map which will shock you. The world map is much stranger than you think, especially this map, which is the most famous and most widely used map of the world, and this map is used by Google Maps, but it is full of errors. Now, have you ever asked yourself who made this map? It is known that the Earth is spherical, so there is a great difficulty in creating a two-dimensional map that expresses the sizes of countries and continents, or even the distances between them, so there are many different shapes of maps. One of them is the most famous one which called Mercator projection, relative to the person who put it. Where in 1569, the great cartographer, Gerardus Mercator, created a revolutionary new map based on a cylindrical projection. The new map was well suited to nautical navigation, then eventually became the world's most widely recognized map, and this what we are talking about in this video. So if you think that this map is received from space by a satellite, then you are wrong because this projection was made in 1596. And we will discuss some examples to understand more. The first example is for the island of Greenland belonging to the Kingdom of Denmark, which appears as a massive icy continent in Mercator projection, but if we move it and put it next to the continent of Africa, we would find it similar in size to some extent. But in fact this island is smaller than the state of Algeria alone, where the actual area of this island is 2.1 million square kilometers, and Algeria has an actual area of 2.3 million square kilometers, while the actual area of Africa is 30 million square kilometers, which is 15 times larger than this island, and if we take these numbers into consideration, the island should be that big. The second example is for the state of Russia, this country with a large area, which extends over a large part of the map, and based on Eastern Europe, we can place the entire continent of Africa within the state of Russia. Not only this, but we can also place the entire South American continent inside it, and with this, a large part of Russia will remain not covered yet, but if we search for the actual area of Russia, we will find it equal to 17.1 million square kilometers, which is almost half the area of the Africa continent. The third example is for the country of Sweden, which appears large on the map. If we put it next to the island of Madagascar, we will find it almost equivalent, but in fact the area of Madagascar is equal to 587,295 square kilometers, and the actual area of Sweden is 450,295 square kilometers. This is mean that the area of Madagascar is larger than the area of Sweden. The last example is for the state of Canada, which also extends over a large part of the map, which also we can put the entire continent of Africa inside it, but the actual area of Canada is equal to 9.985 million kilometers squared, which mean that its area is 1/3 the size of the continent of Africa. There are many other examples, but we suffice with that. But now, what is the solution? There are dozens of other projections in different shapes, which have been developed to represent the actual sizes of countries, and the most famous one is the projection of Dr. Arno Peter, where in 1974 at a conference in Germany, he presented one of the best alternatives to the Mercator projection. Now, look for example at the difference between the two projections that we discussed. We will find that the difference is very wide, where you can see the size of the continent of Africa, the size of the state of Russia and the island of Greenland, and from here we knew that this projection is better than the previous one. But finally, despite these benefits, the Arno Peters projection has its flaws. It doesn't enlarge areas as much as the Mercator projection, but certain places appear stretched horizontally near the poles and vertically near the equator.